have to walk gingerly. To fave number 3. And fave number 3, we're gonna shift gears a little bit, okay? So you saw the beauty of the sheets and the blankets for the today's special. You saw the comfy, cozy of that mattress pad. So now let's talk about water hoses. Yeah, talk about a segue. These are the Bionic Steel heavy-duty garden hoses. And just in time, because now, I think pretty much everywhere, the weather has finally changed and we are out and about a little bit more, focusing our attention, whether it's on the garden or maybe having to do things around the exterior of our home. And we recognize the need to have a strong, durable garden hose that we can use. And that's what you see right here. Now, most garden hoses, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, that you've seen are those regular green plastic or rubber hoses. And they kink, and if they get a kink in them, then the water doesn't come out, or it's so easy for them to get kind of a cut and then the water starts to spray out everywhere. These are different. These are steel, but you'll also notice you will never get a kink in this. It's not possible. You can't do it, right? Because of the way that this is made. This is strong. Now we have it for you in either 50 foot, 75 foot, or 100 feet. They're all exactly the same, except that they are just gonna be, you know, longer in some cases. But they have a heavy duty pressure capability, up to 600 PSI. So you can easily use these around your home. And now regular garden hoses are pressured up to 60 PSI. All right, so 60 PSI versus 600 PSI. You have these hose fittings right here. And for a lot of garden hoses, and I've been through a lot of them because we have a pretty big yard and we've been through a lot of different hoses. What a lot of times you have the issue is not necessarily the hose, it's here, it's the fittings. These fittings withstood 200 pounds on a crush test because sometimes you roll over the fittings and they bend and then you can't attach them to anything like your pressure washer or a nozzle or anything like that. They have withstood up to 200 pounds on the crush test, so they remain solid at whatever pressure that you need, which is going to be great. You also, on the inside, and you were seeing it there on that animation, you have a heavy-duty pressure-resistant inner hose, and it allows that water to flow freely throughout. On the outside, this stainless steel shielding is durable, it's rust-proof, it's something that you know you can rely on, and there's that inner hose right there as the water's going through. Nothing's gonna impede it or stop it. And it really is a different kind of look in a hose, but if you're sick of the regular old garden hose that it's hard to wind up, you're gonna notice that this one is easy. It's not as heavy as the traditional garden hoses. As a matter of fact, those traditional ones, I can't lift them because they are so heavy. This one, not nearly the weight of the others, but you have a higher PSI capacity, a stronger, more durable hose that you're gonna use everywhere. So if you need a new one, oh, and because it's easy for it to roll up and coil up, you don't need one of those hose reels, right? It's gonna be easy for you to put this away and pull it out when you need to and then put it away when you're done. And it's also freeze proof, so you could even leave this one out in the cold. I don't think those old green garden hoses, you could actually do that. That, in a lot of cases, is the reason why they get cracked and they have splits in them, and before you know it, you're thinking, gosh, this hose didn't last any time. So try something different. I know it looks different, but that's not always a bad thing, you know, because we all know the perils of having the basic green garden hose that kinks, that splits, that's just kind of weak, that doesn't get you what you want. This is that Bionic Steel heavy-duty garden hose. That's not heavy to move around, but I know you're going to enjoy the functionality of it when you get it home. So your choices are going to be 50 feet, 75 feet, or 100 feet. So if you need a really long hose, go for that one. If you just need, you know, a little something, we've got it for you as low as $29.95. What she was just doing, kind of wiggling that around, most of us can't do that with the regular green garden hose. We just can't. They're just way too heavy and way too cumbersome. This one is refreshing in its difference. Definitely go for it.